It's time for Tab Talks, your weekly conversation about matters of faith. I'm your host, Jennifer Rash.
And I'm your co-host, Debbie Campbell.
We are talking with Judy Woodward Bates, the Bargainomics lady this week. Hey, Judy.
Hi there.
All right, so we're excited. Bargains have been always a part of everyone's life. What can we get a great bargain, right? But has it changed with the pandemic? Are people even more interested in bargains?
People are more interested in bargains because a lot of people are having a tough time financially right now, and they're looking for different ways to find bargains because so many people are not getting out very much.
All right, so are you pulling back from your original? When was it you came up with this term anyway, Bargainomics, right? That you're the first one I've ever heard of that.
About 1,000 years ago, roughly, when I was in seminary in New Orleans, when you're studying women's ministry, you have to study Proverbs 31. I mean, that's just a given. And so we're studying through Proverbs 31, and I was already doing all the talking and speaking. So I've got one of these gigantic Holy Roller Bibles, it's like this big honking thing that's got 3 translations and a paraphrase. I've had it forever. It's been duct taped together and all of that. And I finally broke down and had it recovered. But anyway, it has the Living Bible paraphrase on there. And when I was reading Proverbs 31, I got to verse 17 and 18, and I read it in all the translations in the paraphrase. And there is verse 17 and 18, and it says, "She is energetic, a hard worker, and watches for bargains." And that word just jumped off the page at me, and I said, that is it. People keep asking me, what do you call what you do? And I go, I don't know. It's Bargainomics. And so I was able to trademark that word. And I have owned that word ever since then, until a grocery store chain in California wanted to be Bargainomics or wanted to use that term. And they have a lot more money in attorneys than I do. So they were able to use it because you have to trademark it in every area you're going to use it in. And I never really thought about groceries.
Oh, come on.
I know. What was I thinking? But anyway, otherwise it's me.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, tell us, during the pandemic, a lot of people are worried about going in actual physical stores. So where are some places to actually get some good bargains if you're trying to be careful, you're not wanting to get out, but yet you're looking for those special bargains, things you need?
Well, stores are desperate for sales right now, and that's not a good thing. It's a good advantage for the consumer. It's not good for the stores. Sadly, we've seen a lot of stores go out of business or are closing right now. And I do hit the going out of business sales, I mean, it's going to happen anyway. But that's not something I look forward to. It's something I really hate to see happen to any business. But there are so many stores that are just desperate for customers that the sales are enormous. And almost everybody has online shopping. And even those who don't have curb service for the most part. I mean, you can order from Macy's and they'll bring it out to the curb. There are so many places that you can shop and they'll bring it out to the curb. And what a lot of people don't realize, and I have done for years and years and years, is, I always say the worst thing they can tell you is no. Fear no store is one of my mottos. And some of the most expensive stores are the best stores that you can possibly shop at. And 3 examples right off the top of my head are Von Maur, Bloomingdale's, and Neiman Marcus. All 3 of those never charge a penny for shipping. And just since this pandemic, because I can't get together with friends like I normally do and things like that, I've been sending a lot of little thinking of you gifts, just to say, hey, even though we can't see each other, I'm still thinking of you, praying for you, care about you, love you, can't wait to see you again, that kind of thing. So I'm averaging spending somewhere between $2 and $5 on the gifts that I'm sending. And that's with free postage. I mean, you can't go wrong.
No, that's really a good deal. Wow. I want to get on that list, Judy.
Okay. You just shoot me that S-mail address. Yeah.
Yes. Let me think of some things. You do so well, just meeting with people, conversing with people, hanging out with people. You're so good with people. Your relationship skills are amazing. What's it been like for you to not be able to speak in churches and be part of all of the groups that you're always so much, you're so active? And so what's this been like?
Oh, Facebook has been a lifesaver for me, for so many friends. And then we have friends that are more like family than friends. And my book that just came out includes my Norwegian friends, but we talk a whole lot, and we Skype, and just, Skype's a lifesaver too, or, any other form of video media that you can use to get to talk and communicate with people, because we really miss that. And we take turns, and they come here one year and we go there the next year, and it was their turn to come this year. And of course they couldn't come. So we really miss that.
Well, you mentioned your book, so we'll jump on in on that. We had that have that little nugget here I want to talk about. You have, you have one, of course.
Look at that.
This so happened, and Debbie, wait, I feel left out. What? How come I don't have one?
I don't know. I thought I sent you one. Did I? I hope I did.
Debbie got it. I know that. I knew.
Not,
I knew she would grab it. Okay, tell us about this book. Now, again, Bargainomics, the bargain ministry kind of idea that you've led for so long.
Yeah.
You were on a local radio, a TV station,
WBRC.
TV station here at WBRC6 for years, talking about it. You have built a ministry on it,
Yeah.
but your book is not necessarily a practical how-to tips book.
No.
So tell us what this bin was about. What's the deal?
Well, I grew up reading mysteries. I mean, I owned every copy of Nancy Drew ever written. My mother owned every copy of Agatha Christie ever written. I mean, I just grew up on that and loved mysteries. And I thought, how much fun would it be, to do a mystery with me as the solver. So I just really had fun with that. And I have a cousin, Millie, that is my Vanna White when I go and speak. And so she and I are the pair that are doing the mystery solving. And at the back of the book, there are tips for a whole lot of the chapters that give practical tips about things to do with Bargainomics. Plus, I have a speaking engagement in the book where I get to give a few tips, because my favorite tip that I love, I couldn't leave it out of the book, has to do with this. And so I'll just use you two as my audience. What am I holding?
A hammer.
Yes. And what is a hammer?
In hammers?
No.
It's a tool.
Thank you, Debbie. Yes, it was a hard question. Okay. A hammer is
It was a trick question. I knew it was a trick question.
No, just practical advice here. But a hammer is a tool. Now, I can take this hammer and I can put it in the hands of a 2-year-old and leave her in this room by herself for 1 hour. And when I come back, I guarantee one result, and that is called destruction.
I wasn't going to use that word.
But I can take this same hammer and leave it in the hands of a carpenter and come back in 1 hour, and I will find the exact opposite result, which is construction. Same exact tool, completely opposite results for one reason: the skill of the operator. And money is a tool, and it will never operate for you any better than you know how to use it. There's my lesson.
Very good.
Wow.
I love object lessons.
I am impressed. I'm impressed.
That is super. So let me ask you something. I know you're very strong in your faith. Does faith play any type of role in this mystery book?
Absolutely. One of the main characters, Carrie Parker, she is really having a tough time because of a lot of things that are going on. She's a folk potter, and I think she's charming. I mean, she just kind of like developed herself. I'm typing along there and going, really, I didn't know she was going to be such a big deal in this, but she just got bigger and bigger because she just has this huge, wonderful personality. And if it were not for her faith in God, she couldn't make it through everything she's going through. So I don't want to give away too much on that, but faith is very much a part of it. And personally, I just don't see a point in writing something if you're not going to include your faith, because your faith isn't much. if you can write something and leave it out.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's
I
a good
like
point.
that.
Okay, so the book is called A Bargain to Die For.
Yep,
The mystery side, you're going to be the Scooby-Doo, right? You're solving the
that's
mystery,
it.
right? But it's also applying real life scenarios of what you teach and do already, plus, like you said, your faith. So did you write this book during the pandemic? So many people are doing
I
or did you
started
already
it actually 4 years ago,
okay.
and just worked on it off and on. And then during the pandemic, oddly enough, I had a lot of time to be able to work on it. So that really helped get it honed and, get it ready for publication, is being able to kind of be home a little more than usual.
Yes, surprising, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fun. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break, Judy. We'll be right back after these messages.
All right.
And we're back with Tab Talk. You're listening to Tab Talks. I'm your host, Jennifer Rash, with co-host Debbie Campbell, and we are here with Judy Bates, the Bargainomics lady, and we're talking about her new mystery novel, A Bargain to Die For, but also a lot about the whole concept of bargains and Bargainomics and how that all came to be. Judy, you referenced your faith and how important it is to you. Can you tell us a little bit about your faith journey and just kind of bring us up to speed how life has been for you? Judy Bates, the Bargainomics lady.
Oh, there's so much I would love to say, but let me try to condense it down. My life verse is Matthew 6:33. I can't speak anywhere without talking about that, because to me, if you don't know another verse in the Bible, that's a verse that you really, really need to know, because Jesus said, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you." You can read the Bible cover to cover. You're not going to find another spot where he says, "Seek me second and most. Seek me third and some. Seek me fourth and a few." Because there's only one way to do it and do it right, and that's to do it God's way. And he says, put him first. And I know I don't get that right all the time, but that's what I try to do. And one more verse is 1 Corinthians 1:30. I love this because so many people are so down on themselves. And this pandemic is making people more depressed, and people are struggling even more. And one of the things that I love is this verse, 1 Corinthians 1:30, because we're as smart as we could ever want to be, because it says that Jesus Christ has become for us wisdom. So if you know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you are as smart as a whip. You just need to believe that and believe in Christ. It's not a confidence in yourself. It's a confidence in who he is and who you are in him, because he loves you so much.
Wow. In our weakness, we are strong, right?
No, that's it. Exactly. That is exactly it. The more we depend on him, the weaker we are in and of ourselves and in our flesh, but the stronger we are in Christ, and that's where all the real strength is. Did I answer enough of that?
Go ahead.
No, did I answer enough of that, or did I evade anything?
Great. That was fantastic.
Okay.
No, I think that. What are some ministries that you're engaged in, Judy, or have been, that are really meaningful to you?
Okay. What I do on Facebook and on my website has it's just been astounding. And I have a daily Bible. We've been going through the Bible chronologically since January the 1st. And so I write a Bible study with through the Bible passage every day, and it's online on my website, which is Bargainomics.com, and also on my Facebook page, and that's also Bargainomics. But it has been such a joy to go through that with people and talk to people, because I tell people, message me on my Facebook page directly, because if you PM me, I may never see it, because I am totally swamped. And that's a blessing. That is a total blessing. And until recently, I had so many followers in foreign countries, one particular communist country, that were following the Bible study on my website, but their government took away their access recently, I'm sad to say. But it is just amazing to see the people that are so hungry for the word, and I love every opportunity that I get online to talk to people and encourage people, and I do that, or I try to do that every day.
Well, you mentioned foreign countries. Did people get connected with you through the unique word Bargainomics, do you think? Did they
Oh yeah.
find you that way?
Yeah, it was really funny. This has been a few years ago, not a foreign country, but it was just a funny thing that happened. Is I go through and search occasionally for the word just to make sure nobody else is using it, and I had to message this lady in Miami who wrote for a newspaper because she was calling her column Bargainomics, and I just sent her a message and said, you know, that's a trademarked word, and you're going to need to come up with something else. But while I was doing that search, I saw this write up about the oh, I'm blanked out here. The people who Campers on Mission. I'll get it right in a minute. Campers on Mission had announced their national meeting, and the speaker was Bargainomics, the Bargainomics lady. And so I messaged them and I said, you know, I'm not trying to be ugly here, but that's trademarked. And I really need your speaker to come up with another name or title or whatever. And someone called me in like just a few minutes after I sent the message, and they were like almost in tears. And they said, but you're our speaker. And I'm like, what? And they had co-directors, and each one thought the other one had contacted me. Nobody had ever contacted me, but the Lord worked it out. I was available and able to come and speak, and we had a great time, but it was so funny. But since my book came out, I have sent out messages to everybody I could possibly think of, and I got a response back just a few days ago from Botswana, from the library in Gaborone, and we've just hit it off, and we're buds now. But they are just, you know, people that live in different cultures. They're interested in different cultures just like we are. So Gaborone is near and dear to my heart. I hope to go there one day because that's the #1 ladies detective agency's home. And if you've ever read those Alexander McCall Smith books, that's where she lives. So I'm really excited about that, and I think their library is going to get some copies of my book.
Wow, that's great. So your fame is spreading internationally.
The books are going to be everywhere.
They will be.
Oh, I hope so. Thank you.
You've written this book. Do you
Yeah.
have plans to do a sequel or a
I
different
do.
mystery or what?
Both. I actually have a book written that's a Bargainomics mystery, but I've decided to put one in between before that one. But I also, because of Carrie Parker again, that character, I want to do not a mystery, just, I don't know, I can't dare compare myself with Jan Karen, but that kind of a book about a town, because I mentioned Chalabeach Springs in the book, and I think Carrie's going to move to Chalabeach Springs and be part of that group of characters that are there, because I've just got some fun things planned for them.
Sounds like you've got a lot of things working there, Judy.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sensing Judy's going to go on all kinds of adventures with these characters. I think
yeah.
we're about to, the series may go on and on and on.
That's my plan. I hope so.
All right, Debbie, have you read any of the book yet?
I've gotten into it, yes.
Okay,
She and Millie, and it's interesting. I will say this, it's fun if you are familiar with Birmingham. Well, it's fun anyway, but it really intrigues me because as Judy and Millie are going different places, I'm like, oh, I know that spot. Or, oh, I've eaten there. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun read.
I had a lot. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun too. I really enjoyed it.
Tell me, what was your favorite part?
Oh,
the book from start to finish. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part of the whole book. Let's see. Well, I think, again, I can't give too much of that away, but I think one of my favorite scenes in the book is when Millie and I go to this old travel trailer in a trailer park, and we are looking for something there. And anyway, it's pretty funny.
So now, when you describe these scenes in the book, are all of them real, or are you
Oh,
taking?
no, no, no. Matter of fact, there's a section in the back that says what's real and what isn't, and I tell you what I made up and what I didn't, so that you know which is real and which isn't. I can, if we have time, I can read you a very short excerpt.
That'd be great. Yes.
Okay, 1 second. Let me get my eyes on here. And, let's see. If it wasn't for Dollar Tree, I don't know what I would do. I have a pair of reading glasses in every room, in every place, in every car. Okay.
There again.
Millie's an artist, and we're dropping off some of her artwork at Art in the Park. And the guy who owns it is named Art. So this is what's happening here. This is too weird, Millie mused. I talked to Art last night and told him I'd be here first thing this morning. And even if he had an errand to run, why would he leave the back door standing open? I think you just solved the mystery, I said. He probably ran across to the market and left the back door open so you wouldn't have to wait on him to let you in. I bet that's it, Millie concurred. He'll probably walk in any minute now. But 10 minutes later, we were still waiting on the elusive Art. And my stomach was starting to growl, and visions of Dupree's lobster omelet were making the rumblings worse. Look, I advised, leave Art a note, tell him where we left the boxes, and let's go on to Dupree's. We can check back afterwards. Millie arched one eyebrow and gave me her I'm not messing with you look. There is no way I'm leaving my stuff until Art's standing here to hand me a receipt for every piece of it. Fine, I grumped. Might as well borrow his bathroom while we wait. And you want to criticize my bladder, Millie returned, pointing to the door we'd just come through. Look to the right as soon as you walk in, red door in the corner. Following her directions, I found the bathroom, took care of business, and started back to the showroom. And that's when I saw the spots on the floor. Mill, I called out, you better come here. Millie walked up behind me and let out a soft gasp. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Millie whispered. If you're thinking that's blood, I am.
You can't stop there. Come on.
A cliffhanger, a cliffhanger.
No fair. And I don't have a copy yet. No fair.
I'm so sorry. I will fix that.
Well, I guess I could probably just find a way to get one myself. I'm just being slow. That's fantastic. Great writing.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all got time for some show and tells?
We do. We got about 2 minutes, so go
All
for it.
right. I'll make it count. Shopping anywhere. I mean, I do get out a little bit, but mostly I stay in because I have a compromised immune system. But like this is going to be one of the Christmas presents for my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, whose name happens to be Hammond. And this was from Hobby Lobby, and it was $11.99. It's a cutting board and a cheese knife, and it was $2.99.
Wow.
Then I also went to Bargain Hunt. If you've never been to a Bargain Hunt, you are truly missing out because they're like a surplus store of buyouts and all kinds of things. And I got this is a game, and it's called Faith and Redemption, and it has gotten some pretty good ratings. And it was $15, but their price is $2.25. So this is another Christmas gift. And then, like I said, and my top, I wore something to show you bargains. This top came from Cato's. Let's see if I can show you more of it. And it was, I think, $25, but I paid $1.99, which is more my shopping speed. And then I also found this necklace there, and it was $12.99, and it was 98 cents.
Ooh, nice.
So I love checking out Cato's, but most of my shopping has been online, like I say. And this came from ThredUp. If you don't shop ThredUp, your life is missing something. This is an absolutely gorgeous sweater. It's made in the U.S., if you can see that. And it was $4.39. It is ThredUp's a consignment shop. They sell everything under the sun. They accept men's clothes, women's and children's clothing and accessories. And the bargains there are just remarkable. Check out bradsdeals.com because it tells you all the good deals online. Christianbook.com has had some phenomenal sales. I have just racked up gifts to put away for Christmas. And Oh, I wish I had time to tell you so much more, but I know you have to say something before we leave.
Oh my goodness. Well, I spoiler alert for your Christmas gift people there. You know, they're about to see their gifts, but but surprise. You guys, but thank you for sharing. Those are great. Great
Hey,
ideas.
thank you for having me on. I appreciate it so much.
And you've always amazed me all these years I've known you, how you can come up with the most unique gifts and at such great prices. So you've done
Oh,
that.
thank you.
So anyway, but it's been great to get to catch back up and to hear about your new book. The name of the book, A Bargain to Die For by Judy
Yep.
Woodward Bates. And you can get that probably anywhere you can get books, right?
You can get it anywhere you can buy books. You can order it off of Amazon. Barnes and Noble has it. So does Books A Million, and so do I.
All right.
So you can get on my website, and I can actually send you a signed copy if you want that.
What's your website?
Bargainomics.com, just the word bargain with OMICS, just like economics. Bargainomics.
Bargainomics.com. Thank you, Judy.
That's me. Thank you.
All right. And thank you all for listening. We'll be back next week.